Hello everyone. Today I am going to continue second part of carbon and its compound class 10th chapter. It's a very important chapter because most of the organic chemistry depend on this. We have already gone through in first part what is the carbon compound, how they are making the other compound, with how they have the tendency to make the long chain. As we know, carbon is a tetravalent. It has the valency 4. Because of the tetravalency 4, it has the nature to make the long chain compound. So today we are going to study some chemical properties of carbon and its compound. First property is combustion. What is combustion? Combustion means burning of anything. So burning, what we require? We require oxygen. Carbon compounds burn in oxygen to form water, carbon dioxide, heat and light. Whenever we are burning something in oxygen, we will get the fixed two things are there. Those are carbon dioxide and water. Along with this, all compounds gives us heat and light. Light, saturated compound gives us blue light, and unsaturated compound gives us yellow light with lots of fumes. We can have some examples. First, we will go through what is the combustion. Means when carbon is reacting with oxygen, it will give the carbon dioxide. When methane is the first saturated hydrocarbon, it will react with oxygen. This will give two molecules of water, carbon dioxide and heat and light. Another example, suppose we are giving the doing the oxidation of methyl alcohol, we will get the water molecule, carbon dioxide, heat and light. Some example of this saturated and unsaturated compounds, whenever we are burning the camphor, we are having lots of fumes because that is unsaturated compound. Sometime you have seen in the kitchen, when the burner is, the pot which is used on the burner is having the black layer. Why it is having the black layer? This black layer is because of the fumes which is we are getting from the burner. Means burner is choked, so full gas is not coming, and that is that combustion is not completed. So these are unsaturated compound. Second, we will have the oxidation. Second reaction is oxidation. What is oxidation? Oxidation means addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Whenever there is a addition of oxygen, it's oxidation. Carbon compounds like alcohols are oxidized to carboxylic acid on heating with oxidizing agent like alkaline potassium permanganate or acidic potassium dichromate. See, whenever some oxidation occur, means something is responsible who is creating the oxidation, means who is, that is called a broker or agent. So in chemical language, we are saying that is the oxidizing agent. What is that? That is the oxidizing agent. Example, whenever we are burning, giving the oxidation of alcohol, it oxidizes to carboxylic acid. Like ethyl alcohol will give the ethanoic acid. But for this oxidation, we required some catalyst or some reagent. So we have the list of long compound who are doing as oxidizing agent or who was behaving as a catalyst, like alkaline potassium permanganate, acidic potassium dichromate, etc. Unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo addition reactions. So we know what is the saturated compound whose all valencies are full and they are making the single bond. They are the saturated compound. And what is the unsaturated compound? The compound whose valencies are, they are making the double or triple bond. They are the unsaturated compound. Like unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo addition reaction with hydrogen in the presence of nickel or palladium as a catalyst form a saturated hydrocarbons. Like what saturated compounds we have? Alkane series. Alkane whose name is ending with the ane is the alkane series. So they all are saturated compound. Who all are unsaturated compound? Alkene and alkyne series are the unsaturated compound, as ethene, ethine, etc. So example like ethene undergo addition reaction with hydrogen. Addition means something is adding, that is hydrogen, to form the ethane. It is the in presence of nickel or palladium, etc. So ethene with hydrogen addition make the ethane. In other form, we can say this is a hydrogenation. Next is the substitution reaction. What is a substitution? Replacement of one thing from the by the other thing is called a replacement reaction. Very important reaction is when methane is reacting with chlorine in presence of sunlight. Some reactions are like this who required catalyst. Without catalyst they can't perform. So they are called the substitution reaction. When we are doing the reaction with this methane with chlorine, it will give first methane has a structure CH4, chlorine is Cl2. So when CH3 react with chlorine, CH4 when react with the chlorine will give the CH3Cl. Then further CH3Cl react with chlorine, it will give the CH2Cl2. Then still this reaction will not stop because it is getting the energy and we are using chlorine in excess. So it will again give the CHCl3, that is called the chloroform. Now some important compound which is in the syllabus of class 10th we will go through. For studying any compound we require few things. One is what is the physical appearance, what is the physical properties, what is the chemical properties, and what are the uses. So we have two compound in our syllabus. One is the ethyl alcohol and second is the acetic acid. Ethyl alcohol is C2H5OH. So we have few basic properties of ethyl alcohol. The chemical name is ethanol. It is a colorless liquid and pleasant smell and helps in burning. So it has a burning taste also. It is soluble in water. But nowadays this is a trend in people, human beings are inhaling this ethanol. This lose the control on brain, no sensation on nervous system. That's why people are losing their control on their body and their mind. So we have some few properties of ethanol. Ethanol, what is the structure of ethanol? C2H5OH. Ethanol is derived by the ethane. Ethane is C2H6. When we will replace one hydrogen atom from the ethane, we will get the ethanol. When ethanol react with the sodium, it will give the C2H5ONA. Its chemical name is sodium ethoxide and hydrogen. Second reaction, whenever we are reacting ethanol with concentrated sulfuric acid, there is a different behavior of dilute sulfuric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. So whenever we are reacting ethanol with concentrated sulfuric acid, it will give the ethene, means it will reduce. Ethanol reacts with hot concentrated sulfuric acid to form ethene and water. Concentrated sulfuric acid is a dehydrating agent and remove water from ethanol. What all uses of this ethanol? Ethanol is used for making alcoholic drinks. It is used as a solvent because it is soluble in water also. Some reactions we are performing in ethanol. It is used for making medicines like tincture iodine. You have studied in class 9th also. Next compound is ethanoic acid. Ethanoic is a chemical name of acetic acid. What is acetic acid? Acetic acid is CH3COOH. So for everything we have the two type of name. First name is a common name. As we are people are giving our kids a general name, गोलू मोलू छोटू वोटू कुछ भी सब कुछ बोल देते हैं. फिर उसका फॉर्मल नेम रहता है जो उसके स्कूल में उसके ऑफिस में रहता है. Like this we are also giving some chemical name for each and every compound by the IUPAC. What is IUPAC? IUPAC is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. See what is ethanoic acid? Ethanoic acid is a colorless liquid with a pungent smell and sour taste. Everybody know what is a vinegar? Vinegar is a acetic acid. It is soluble in water. Very much it is used in making the noodles and खट्टी चीज़ें बनाने के लिए. You are using for preservation of onion and chili etc. So it is soluble. Its solution of 5 to 8% ethanoic acid in water is called the vinegar. Next is what is the main important reaction with the acetic acid is the esterification. What is the ester? Ethanoic acid reacts with ethanol to form the ester ethyl ethonate in the presence of sulfuric acid concentrate. Acetic acid CH3COOH, ethanol C2H5OH in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, it will give the CH3COOC2H5O. This is the ethanol. So COO will come in the center and water will be released. The reaction between carbolic acid and alcohol to form an ester is called the esterification. Now is a very important topic, that is the esterification. What is the esterification? When an ester reacts with sodium hydroxide solution, the sodium salt of the carboxylic acid and the parent alcohol are formed. This reaction is called the saponification. Saponification example is like this. We are taking a ethyl ethonate CH3COO2H5 reacts with sodium hydroxide NaOH. It will give the CH3COONA. This is a sodium acetate and ethanol. Ethanol is a C2H5OH. Second reaction, ethanoic acid reacts with base to form a salt and water. Acetic acid CH3COOH react with NaOH forming the CH3COONA and water. Ethanoic acid reacts with carbonates and hydrogen carbonates to form the salt, water and carbon dioxide. Now, it's a very important thing. What is the soap and detergent? It's in 10th class syllabus. Soap and detergent. Soap. What is a soap? Soap are long chain sodium and potassium salt of carboxylic acid. Sodium and potassium salt of carboxylic acid. What is the carboxylic acid? All vegetable oils are the carboxylic acid. It's a long chain compounds. Example, C17H35COON is a sodium stearate. It's a commonly used compound for the soap preparation. What is the structure of soap? Soap is made up by the two ions. One is a cation and second is a anion. Like sodium is a cation. It's behaving as a cation and it is water soluble. Being a water soluble, it is hydrophilic. It's reacting as a hydrophilic compound. And the long chain of the vegetable oil, it is negative charge and it is not water soluble, so it is behaving as a hydrophobic. Later I will explain you how soap is behaving and how soap is acting to clean the dust. Structure of soap molecule. Now we are coming on the point. A soap molecule has two parts, a long hydrocarbon part which is hydrophobic, water repelling and soluble in oil. Second is like grease, oil, etc. And a short ionic part which is hydrophilic, water attacking and insoluble in oil and gases. This is a structure which we have given in as short form. This V-shaped structure is representing the CH3 group. So this type of CH3 group are there and attached with the sodium ion. So this triangular shapes, it's behaving as a hydrocarbon part and the ionic part is a sodium part. Cleaning action of soap. It's a very important thing. It generally comes in the examination. How cleaning action occur. As I explained earlier, what is the structure of soap, how it is behaving. See, when soap is dissolved in water, it forms a spherical structure called micelles. You will study this micelles in detail in the surface chemistry in class 12th. In each micelle, soap molecules are arranged readily such that the hydrocarbon part is toward the center and the sodium part is toward the outside. The hydrocarbon part dissolve the dirt, oil, whatever is the organic compounds are there, that will attach to the hydrocarbon part, and whatever water soluble parts are there, they will attach to the sodium part. So now this is the behavior, how they are behaving. Sodium soap micelles are there. All the sodium particles are on the surface side and making the periphery. And center part, all the dust particles are there, which is water insoluble and oil and grease soluble. So soap micelle enters the dirt particle. What is a detergent? It's a basic question. It is very important. What is the difference between the soap and detergent? First, we should know what is the definition of detergent. Detergent are long chain sodium salts of sulfuric acids. Soaps don't wash well with hard water because it forms insoluble precipitate of calcium and magnesium salts in hard water. Detergent wash well with hard water because it does not form insoluble precipitate of calcium and magnesium salt in hard water. You know what is a hard water? The water which has carbonate and sulfate of calcium and magnesium in water is called the hard water. This hard water has a tendency to not to dissolve in properly. And white layer is settled in the bottom of the pan. So we have observed in this thing, whenever we are going someplace, there is a hard water, soap will not dissolve. If you applied the oil on your hand, what you will feel, the oil is not coming out easily. That is the hard water. Now what is the difference between soap and detergent? Soap are sodium salts of fatty acids, but in the case of detergent has sodium salt of sulfonic acids. Soaps clean well in soft water but don't clean well in hard water. Detergent clean well in both hard and soft water. Third one, soap don't clean as well as detergent, but detergents clean better than soaps. This is the difference. Why nowadays detergents are so expensive? Because it has a specific property, they clean better than soaps. Next, soaps are biodegradable and don't cause pollution, but some detergents are non-biodegradable. So it is very harmful for our environment. Whatever drainage is going out, it's spoiling the system of drainage. Whatever ecosystem is there, that will drain, that will spoil. So it is harmful for the ecosystem. So have a nice day. Good luck.